Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Payne Street Nation StarCraft 2 tournament, the first ever. Right, I am the Reverend Shaky Jakes, and this is the finals match for the top bracket. So I guess you could say it's a semifinals match. Whoever wins this series will go on to face the winner of the lower bracket, and we will have our winner. It's going to be in the bottom right, Kammalleri, Kama, the Protoss, versus Eureka, the Terran player. It was actually Eureka who took me out of the top bracket with a 2-0 sweep. He was a good player, so I hope he loses. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure he's gonna do fine, and I hope he does well. I haven't gotten a chance to actually see any of Kammalleri's games, but no doubt if he's gotten this far into the tournament, he's a fine player. So let's see how these two do against each other. Kama is getting up his gateway as he pushes out to scout. Looks like he's gonna not scout the right position right away, and Eureka, hasn't even started to scout yet. I've noticed that a lot of players in this tournament don't even bother walling off, and neither of these players are going to. So either they figure that they're going to get some units out fast enough, this is a big enough map where they don't have to worry about a rush, or they don't expect their opponent to do any kind of quick harass like that. And there goes the Cyber Core for Kama. And again, he's going to get to that. He's going to scout that the main of Eureka pretty late. And again, Eureka hasn't even attempted to scout yet. He's already getting his orbital command center. And he's just got a Marine sitting there waiting for the scout. I guess he doesn't need that information. Putting down a factory, not getting much in the way of the barracks. Maybe teching up to something pretty quickly. He's already got both of his gas, or he's building his second gas right now, so he might be going for some kind of fast air or something. And here Kama is finally going to get to this base. All that way for nothing. Trekked across the whole map to get shot by Marines. That's a terrible fate for that probe. Kama he's getting his warp gate technology, and that's basically it right now. Let's look at the units tab. Not a whole lot of units from either player. Really not even enough to defend if there was a kind of a push coming. They're definitely gonna wait a little bit before doing any kind of action. If we look at the production, we see that Eureka's actually using this factory for Hellions. And did I paused the game. Okay. For Hellions, and he's building a starport, so he's gonna get that fairly fast starport. He's gonna finish that around 520, and as well as get a tech lab for his factory. So either go Thor or tanks with that, or he's going to quickly move his starport to that tech lab, because the starport is just finished and the tech lab's gonna finish too. Let's see if he does that. Yep, he lifts that off, and he's either gonna put a barracks there or that starport. And Kama is just going to be building some sentries at this point. He's got a few sentries, and looks like he might be going to expand once he gets that 400 minerals. Has not built. He's actually, I totally missed these. I was wondering where his other warp gates were. He's got it was a 3-gate expand. He's building a forge probably for upgrades right now. A forward pylon right here to get units there a little bit faster, but again, not being able to get any scouting information on Eureka, who has just put a bunch of Marines right up there at his ramp. And it looks like he is going for Banshees. Let's see, is he upgrading that? He is not upgrading Cloak, but he's getting some scout in and doing a little bit of damage to those probes, not killing any. I don't think he's going to be able to. There are a lot of sentries out there who want that Hellion out of the base, and they might kill it. 6 health. No, they don't kill it. But Eureka does know that there's a Nexus going down, and not actually going to move out with this Banshee. It's just sitting there right now. And he's just slowly getting his forces up. Doesn't look like he's really in desire. He's not desiring to push out anytime soon. He's getting siege tank, so maybe once that siege is done, he'll push out. It might be a good idea to push out now, though. Kamma really doesn't have that much. Just a few stalkers, a lot of sentries, and a zealot. And if he had that cloak finished, he'd definitely be able to do some damage, because Kamma doesn't have any kind of vision except right here at his money. He does have a cannon, and nothing at his expansion right now. And it does look like Eureka is going to push out. He's going to take out these rocks and go the short way and probably try to take out this expansion. And that's going to be great for him if he does, because he doesn't have an expansion himself. He's not even building one. I think this is his push force. He hopes to win the game with this one. Moving all these drones, or all these SCVs off the line to help in the battle, I guess. So this looks like it's probably going to be an all-in. SCV all-in. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Kamma really doesn't have that many forces. You could tell he wasn't expecting this. He's running all those back into his main. He wants to protect his main. I think he's given up on his natural. And look at all the SCVs doing. Actually, they're not really doing any damage. They're just repairing themselves. Maybe they're there for the tanks. But that expansion goes down very easily, and all Kamma has right now is to rely on those force fields. He still doesn't have a lot of units. He's waiting for the cooldown on those warp gates. He's only got 3, so he's not going to be able to make a whole lot. And Eureka's just going to siege up, and he's got these Banshees for vision. He still doesn't have cloak. I guess he didn't want to bother going with that. Look, he's going to try to take out this forge, and he is just moving in with that tank in the background, and now these 3 tanks sieged up right here. I don't think Kamma's going to be able to hold this off. He is engaging with all of his units now, trying to push in, but look at Kamma's units were going after those SCVs. They're just there to distract the army of Kamma, and I don't think he can do anything at this point. He's moving in with all of his drones, and they're all going down. Looks like these one siege tank goes down, but this siege tank in the back is so helpful right here. Another siege tank moves in, and there are all of the the units for Kamma, and not exactly a GG OP strat, but I guess everybody has their own original way of GGing. I was really put off by what Eureka was doing this whole time. I thought maybe he was going for Banshee harass at first, but he didn't get that cloak upgrade. And then he just sort of sat them there and waited for his units to finish, moved almost all of his SCVs in, never decided to build an expansion, and just pushed with a good amount of units. And Kamma, who was really relying on his economy to bring him into the late game, wasn't able to hold it off. We'll see you in game 2.